From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Louie Butko.
Yes, it is Ticats Today for a Friday, February the 10th, 2023. Thanks for checking us out on the Ticats Audio Network. Louie Butko here with you. And as you have been listening all week, hopefully, we've been catching up with some of the players. The Ticats have re-signed ahead of the start of the CFL free agency period. That is on Tuesday, February 14th. Of course, the negotiation window ends on Sunday. There's a 48-hour period. Chris O'Leary, CFL.ca, has got a great explanation on what has been going on the last week and what the next few days look like. So go check him out, CFL.ca, Chris O'Leary. It's a great article, and it really explains everything really well, which is why you've probably seen reports of people signing, but teams haven't made anything official, and all of that will be coming fast and furious early next week, I believe. So you want to make sure you're locked in here on the Ticats Audio Network for all the latest news, all the latest interviews, and everything else you need about your favorite CFL team, that being the Hamilton Ticats. Speaking of which, earlier this week, we caught up with Malik Carney. We also caught up with Sean Thomas Erlington. Those chats are available wherever you found this show on the Ticats Audio Network. Right now, very pleased to be joined by another player who has re-signed with the Ticats in the last week, and that is quarterback Matthew Shiltz, who has re-signed. He suited up in 17 regular season games and one playoff game with 4 starts for the Ticats last season. He completed 85 of 119 pass attempts for 935 yards and 4 touchdowns. He threw 2 picks. He also added 152 yards on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown. He is a CFL vet. And if you've been watching the quarterback market, you obviously see there's a lot going on, but Matt Shiltz has decided to re-sign with the Ticats, and we bring him in now to discuss. And Matt, just take us through what this process was like for you this time around.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through the free agency process there just a little bit, but at the end of the day, Hamilton just felt like home, and I think we're building something very, very unique and very great in that locker room and in the front office, and just being in the city, being in the organization in that locker room, and kind of getting a year under my belt with Coach Condell and his system. It just felt really comfortable and felt like right where I needed to be.
What is it about Coach Tommy and Coach Condell there that he's a unique guy? There's no denying that. But what is it about him that you've gravitated to?
Yeah, I think just how he sees the game, how he sees the field, how he is as a play caller. I think we have a lot of similarities in that way, and just how he tries to create matchups and how he wants to push the ball down the field, but also knowing if it's not necessarily there, just see where the flow of the game is kind of taking you and call the game that way. So I just think we really mesh well together, and then not only on the field, but also in the meeting room. He's just a great guy to talk to, pick his brain, extremely knowledgeable, tons of experience. So it's something that I'm always learning, either on the field or in the locker room and in the meeting room, that really makes me gravitate towards him.
Last year was such a unique year for many reasons, but you get in, Dane gets hurt, you get in, then you deal with some injuries. What did you take away from last season about yourself and your game?
Yeah, really just is how I kind of approached, my career now going into year 7. Every year I just try and make sure that I'm always ready. You never know when your opportunity is going to come, whether that's in training camp or whether that's during the middle of the regular season or the last game of the season, or in the playoffs. And you just have to approach every day trying to work on something to get better, and work on how you can grow your game and just be ready for that opportunity, because you never know when it's going to get there. And, unfortunately, like you said, with injuries, it's just something you have to learn to deal with in the training room and stay diligent there. If you're not able to practice that day, then how can you get better, in the training room, in the weight room, and put your body in the best position to then be there for your team.
What are you going to remember most about last season, and what are you going to take from last season into this new year?
Man, I just loved playing at Tim Hortons Field in front of those fans. It was awesome. It's second to none, and really love that. I'm looking forward to getting back up there and, getting there in front of the fans, hanging out with them, and trying to get out in the community a little bit, and just really connect with them, and then be able to go perform on the field for them.
Elephant in the room, and we haven't talked about it yet. We're a few minutes into this interview. You got a new quarterback in the room in Bo Levi Mitchell. You mentioned this is year 7 for you. You've been in the league. You know who he is, but to actually get to work with him, what are you most looking forward to about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. We've been able to share a few text messages and just kind of get that relationship going a little bit. But obviously, his resume speaks for itself, man. He's a talented guy on the field, and looking forward to just getting to know him as a person off the field. I know he's got a family up there. I see him playing some golf on his Instagram, so we'll be able to connect on some things off the field. But seems like a great guy. Just being able to talk to him this little bit, and just excited to collaborate with him both on the field and in the meeting room. Watching film, see how he prepares, see how that differs from my preparation, and just be able to share how we see the game, how we see certain coverages, read certain plays, and just process information. And I think it's really going to be a great collaboration to get the best out of the offense and ultimately the best out of the team.
We've been talking about this all week, the fact that this is a business and guys are going to make the best decision for them financially, personally, and that's going to create some changeover and new faces. As somebody who will be branching these 2022 and 2023 season, how do you see your role going into training camp as somebody who was part of the team last year, but knows that it's going to look a little different this new season?
Yeah, that is the unfortunate side of football, and I feel like it comes up every year that business. But I'm just excited to still come back and be a leader in any way I can, and just approach the game like I kind of mentioned before, just that opportunity to get better every single day, and how I can help my teammates get better, how I can help the team be better, both on and off the football field, whether that's building chemistry in the locker room or helping some of the young guys develop in the meeting room. And just being able to bridge that gap with the new guys that are going to be inevitably coming to the team, and the guys that we still had on the team from last year to continue to grow, and develop that chemistry for chasing that ultimate goal.
You mentioned wanting to be a leader, and I think anyone who watched you on the field and people who were lucky enough to get to see what you did off the field would agree with that. But that being said, I mean, as a backup quarterback, do you sometimes feel, and I know you don't see yourself as a backup, but do you sometimes feel that it might be sometimes a little more difficult to raise your voice or to try and get the best out of guys or get in their faces a little bit?
On the surface, I can see why some people might think that, but what I love most about Hamilton and the organization and Coach O and the front office has been able to do is really bring guys into the locker room that facilitate that conversation, and that know that leadership can come from many different positions, many different areas of the field, and many different types of players, whether you're a role player, a backup, a starter, or a practice squad guy. Anybody can be a leader. And at the end of the day, I think it's how well you can inspire people, how well you can inspire other people to do better and to keep on growing and to not stay complacent. And I just want to try and do that in my game and how I communicate with the guys in the locker room and how I can connect with them, and ultimately just build that team mentality and that team atmosphere without stepping on any toes.
What does your off season look like? How have you been keeping busy away from football the last few months?
Yeah, so I've been down in Dallas. The weather's a little bit nicer than up there in the Hammer, but we got hit with some snow just a little bit ago, so got a taste of the winter. But then it was back to 65 and sunny. So been training a lot and actually training some youth quarterbacks in the area. So that's been fun to kind of coach them up and kind of help them develop and see how, inevitably in my future, I would definitely want to get into coaching, and just be able to get that experience also while I'm playing is kind of a unique thing. And then trying to hit the golf course every now and then, and just really laying low.
All right. Yeah. You could have stopped at 65 and sunny. I would have taken that. Matt, I appreciate you doing this, buddy. Always great to see you. I can't wait to see you back in the black and gold this season. One more before I let you go. Great Cup is in Hamilton 2023. Yes, you weren't here when it was here in 2021, but I'm sure you've heard the stories. You know what it's like. You talked about getting to play in front of the fans. What would it mean to get to play in the Great Cup at Tim Hortons Field in front of the best fans in the league?
Man, you're giving me chills just thinking about it right now. Obviously, that's the goal. And, our mentality throughout the year is just 1 week at a time, one game at a time, and just worry about winning that next one. But, to be able to play in front of the fans, the home crowd, in the Hammer, best fans in the world, it would mean the world to me. So I'm looking forward to that opportunity.
Man, blink and it'll be May, and we'll be at McMaster getting to do this in person. So enjoy what you have left of the off season. Again, congrats on the new deal, man.
Thank you.
And we'll see you very soon.
Awesome. I appreciate you.
And my thanks to Matthew Shiltz for joining me today, and my thanks to you as well, because we could not do the show without you. So thanks for helping me get back into the groove a little bit this week on Ticats Today. And as mentioned, next week, I'm sure there's going to be tons of coverage here on the Ticats Audio Network. New players, returning players, lots happening, I am sure. So make sure to like and subscribe to the Ticats Audio Network so you never miss an episode of Ticats Today or any of the other special presentations that may be coming in the next week or so. And that is not on any specific plan, but I'm sure we got you covered here on the Ticats Audio Network. Like I said, thanks for joining me this week. Hope to talk to you next week. From all of us here at the Ticats Audio Network, I'm Louie Butko. Hope you have a great weekend.